Hello, this is Jessica Ellison, and this is my preview into my Blended Learning Academy online portion of my professional learning plan. So this kind of coincides with the face-to-face meetings that we would be doing throughout this professional learning program. And so this would be something that would be sent out to the participants ahead of time before our first meeting, with a few instructions so they could get kind of associated with what we were doing. So I did that by giving an announcement here on the first page, telling them where to go and telling them to go to the Get Started page, and also giving them a link to my innovation proposal, which is on my ePortfolio, so they can kind of get an idea of what this is being inspired by and driven by. And so it will send them on over to classwork. And once you get to the classwork tab, you'll see all the materials that a person would need that is going to be in this professional learning program. And starting with the Start Here section, there is a Start Here Google slide deck that gives them some information, gives them an introduction video that they will actually be getting whenever they get the email sent to them, but there's a link to it that they can see as well. Goes through the course designs and objectives, the getting started, what to do, where they should go first, an idea of what each of the modules are and what they look like inside the classroom, and then also some important resources like the course outcomes and goals, which would be the 3-column table that was designed, the course outline, and then the course calendar, which is subject to change as these meetings and deadlines start to get scheduled whenever this is started. In the course information, you can find all those resources that were just on that Start Here slide deck. And then also the participants will be instructed to start with a beginning of course blended learning survey, just to kind of get a feeling of where others are at. And each module is broken down into pretty similar formats. So there is an introduction with a video and the outcomes and goals posted there. Then there is a reading material and a video files, either one video or 2 videos, a discussion post question, and then a module activity for each module. And so the modules will be done independently or with their teams outside of the meeting time. And then whenever we meet face to face, they will come together and we will discuss what they talked about in those modules. And there will also be time within the meetings to work on some of these things, especially as we get further down, like the blended learning planning guide. That would also be beneficial to give people time to work through these modules together and collaborate in real time as well. But everything is housed in this learning management system. So they have access to all the files at any time. They can review anything they would like and reflect back to it even after the course has ended later on. Looking back into a couple of the modules, you will see that there are some opportunities for participants to collaborate with this discussion post. They're going to be making an initial post and then they will be able to reply to others. But also within some of the activities, there are opportunities for them to share what they are working on. Like here in Module 2, whenever they create their own What's Your Why post, they can choose however they want to create it, but then they're going to share that into a Padlet so others can see what they chose to do, what their motivations are, and what their why is as to why they do what they do. And so these areas are built into the course as well. So not only is there a collaboration happening in person in the face-to-face meetings, but there's also some collaboration happening virtually as well. And this course was designed this way to kind of model what blended learning would look like in a classroom. And it's heavily modeled after a flipped model or flipped classroom where the students will get the content ahead of time. And then when we see each other face to face, we would spend that time working on what they learned in those modules, answering questions, clarifying different points, and then also giving them time to collaborate and work with one another. There will be 5 modules in this course that will coincide with one of the meetings that we will have in the program, whether it be a face-to-face or a virtual meeting where we are able to come together and discuss the topics. And so I'm hoping that this would be a really great model and example for the people who participate to see how this could work in their classrooms, and they're provided with the resources that they would need to get a really good understanding of what blended learning is. And at the same time, being respectful of their time, because I know teachers are very busy and they're able to get the information they need, spend quality time in collaboration, working with other teachers, and then being able to go out and actually use it in their classroom because they're able to create their own personal lesson that they can actually implement instead of just looking at constant exemplars and things that they would have to modify anyway. And so this is giving them the opportunity to actually create and implement a plan into their classroom by the end of this course. And I believe that this will really get blended learning started on my campus and continue to gain more teachers as we move throughout the coming school years.